Hi everybody and welcome at video 4. Today I want to talk about SSI score, your LinkedIn Social Selling Index. For people who are not familiar with Social Selling Index, it basically shows you how much influence and how successful you are with your LinkedIn profile with social selling. Everybody has an SSI score when you have a LinkedIn profile. You don't need to have a license, you don't need a Sales Navigator license, you don't need LinkedIn Premium. Everybody has an SSI score. If you go to linkedin.com/sales/SSI, you can see your own score. The SSI score is built of 4 pillars. The first pillar is establish your personal brand. The second pillar is build relationships. The third one is engage with insights. And the fourth one is find the right people. So if you're looking for an SSI score that's over 90, and to give you a bit of an idea, a good SSI score is around 60, 70. So a lot of people who are not aware of SSI and they don't spend that much time on LinkedIn will score around 30, maybe 40. It really depends on how complete your profile is. But if you start to use LinkedIn very actively to reach out to people, if your profile is really up to date, if you share content, you may have an SSI score already of 50 or 60. But if you want to use your profile for social selling, you need to have a higher SSI score to get results out of all your activities. So, how do you get an SSI score of 90 or even higher? As I said, you need to understand SSI and what it actually means. So you have those 4 pillars. And the good thing about knowing that those 4 pillars are there and you can see them when you log into your LinkedIn profile and you look at your own score, it helps you to understand what it is that you can improve. So when you look at your SSI score and you see that you're performing very low on establishing your personal brand, it means that you need to improve your personal brand. So how do you improve this pillar? It all starts with a complete profile. That's the very, very basics. You need to have a good image, you need to have a good background image, you need to have a summary. I told you all about it in my first vlog that you can find on my YouTube channel. So it's really important that you have a complete profile. And that's where it all starts. If your profile is not complete, it will be really hard to get a good SSI score, but more important to get results out of your social selling activities. The second pillar is building relationship. So LinkedIn looks at the relationships that you have on LinkedIn. Who are the people that you're connected to and what are you actually doing with your network? So if you get a lot of invites from people that you don't know and that are not relevant for your network, it doesn't add any value to your network, which means that you're not building relationships, you're just building up a network that's irrelevant. So LinkedIn looks at the people that you're connected to. Are those people similar to you? Are those people C-level people? Are those people in the same industry or market? So it's really important that you're aware of the people that you connect to and add to your network. But it's also important once you're connected to those people that you're actually sharing relevant information and that you're working on those relationships. And that's where it's a bit of an overlap with the pillar engage with insights. A lot of people seem to struggle with this pillar, and to be honest, I find it the hardest pillar as well. It's all about sharing content that's relevant for your network. So LinkedIn looks at everything that happens when you share content. Do people click on it? Do people actually like it, share it, leave a comment? Do people interact with your content? Because the more they interact with you, with your content, the more relevant you are. So it's really important to understand what type of content you need to share with your network. What is it that they find interesting to learn from you? If you started the relationship in the right way, you know why you're connecting to each other. Maybe you're connected because this person is a prospect. So you want to learn this person about the products that you try to sell, but you also want to learn this person about the challenges that they might have in their company. So it needs to be really, really relevant. So the prospect needs to learn from you and needs to see the value of being connected with you. Maybe you're connected with similar people in your industry because you want to learn from each other. But as I said, you want to learn from each other, which means that you need to share your knowledge with your network as well. So think about it when you share content. Are you actually adding value to your network? Is this something that your network wants to see? And is this something they can use? Are you adding value to the minutes or maybe the 30 minutes they spend on LinkedIn? That's all about engaging with insights. And then the fourth pillar is finding the right people. So we can all spend easily an hour on LinkedIn just looking around, clicking on people's profile. But are we actually finding the right people? If you're using your LinkedIn profile for social selling, you need to find the right people. But what do you actually do when you find the right people? If you find the right people, you will send an email, or if you don't have a license, you will send a connection request. You will make it personal, of course, but you're interacting with those people, and those people actually accept your invites as well because you sent them a personalized invite. So how are you searching for people? Do you use Boolean search? Do you know how to use different filters that LinkedIn offers you? And when you find those people, what do you actually do with those people? Do you connect? Do you share content with them? Do they actually engage with you? So those four pillars are absolutely not standalone. There's a big overlap in general with those four pillars. It's all about how relevant you are for your network. So it all starts with how do you connect with people and do people connect with you? And from the moment that you're connected to each other, are you adding value to each other? Is there a good reason why you're connected, and are you both getting the most out of it? Your LinkedIn SSI score gives you really detailed insights in how you're doing and the parts that you need to improve, or you're maybe performing really, really well. And that means it helps you to understand if you're on the right track and if you're getting the results that you want to get out of it. Once you start to move in social selling in the part where you have a sales navigator license or a premium license and you have in-mails, the best way to get messages back and the most relevant message that you can send always comes from a relevant profile, an engaging profile from a real person who can actually add value to you. So keep that in mind. Look at your SSI score, see where you are right now. You can always let me know what your SSI score is before changing everything and afterwards, because I would love to hear how you are doing with your SSI score. But again, think about it. Am I adding value to the people who are in my network? Am I relevant for the people I'm connected to? That's what it's all about. You can have an amazing SSI score, but if you don't do anything with your profile except just sharing content and being relevant, you're doing something really good with social selling, but you're not getting results. So SSI is only to put you on the right track and to make sure that you will be successful once you start to send out messages and once you start to build your network and your profile. So let me know what your SSI score is, and let me know what your plan is to improve your SSI score. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments, and again, I'm happy to help you out. And otherwise, I see you in my next video.